Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games here with part 11 of the Napoleon campaign. Here we are once again defending Württemberg against rebels. However, this is a bit of a smaller army. Our army is also a bit smaller due to me not noticing my second cannons, and it just got obliterated at the start of the battle before it could flee the way I wanted it to. Sorry about that. So, we have one cannon now, but hey, one cannon is still better than 0 cannons, because the enemy has 0 cannons. Not all units can guard, apparently, which is interesting, but I think all my infantry should be able to guard. But we'll see how this battle pans out. We definitely need some time to rest and recover because our men are getting beaten and battered. Honestly, the rebel armies are ridiculously strong in this game. It's probably entirely due to the mod, but still. When I conquered an army that wasn't all that impressive, and then suddenly the enemy's rebels are stronger than the army that I was defending against, it does raise some questions about, you know...
This weather, sir. Wet powder makes misfires a certainty.
Let's see. I need a good angle for these guys here to hold the line. But it's just really strange in my view. Some of this stuff that goes on. Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to position my things in such a way that they are able to effectively, assist, basically effectively hold choke points on the battlefield. Because if they can't effectively hold choke points on the battlefield, then there's going to be a problem. The problem being the fact that the enemy will just be able to push on through our defenses and take us out. Admittedly, defending these choke points, like the places we are defending, is not necessarily the best strategy, I think. But I could, I could be wrong. I'm not the, the most knowledgeable person on Napoleon Total War. Yeah, I'd rather have someone else there. Someone with a bit more troops than you, preferably. Maybe like you guys get like a small little choke point or something like that. That's why I was thinking this would be perfect here. Well, that's not actually true. Might be perfect for a little calf thing there, but otherwise I would need them elsewhere. Maybe like get a slight angle this way. Something like that might be actually valuable. So we have some good line infantry here. Republic of France. Let's see. Our cannons are also here. Didn't kind of think about that. Our cannons are not really going to be all that effective in this fight. It's just... This is not the environment for cannons, I'm just going to say. Let's see what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys be in that building there. Or at least somebody's in a good defensive spot. That looks like a good spot for them. Alright, I think I'm going to use all my remaining troops to just kind of be ready to reinforce, essentially. Maybe even take a little bit, maybe taking a little bit of a flank. For example, like maybe I'll move these guys over here to keep it on that flank. These guys will do the same thing for it. I'll put them over here to watch this flank. Alright, let's start the battle. I should make sure all my melee troops are in guard mode. I want these cannons to be useful, but they definitely are not useful unless I, like, just because of the layout of this, just in the situation we were in. So I'm not going to bother trying to make it useful. Like, this would probably be the most useful place they'd be, but even then, it'd have its own problems. So I'm just going to let the... I'm not just going to play without my cannon advantage. Maybe I'll move it over there. Why not? Give it a try. They won't be there in time, but at least, you know, I can get them there and maybe be ready to do something. The enemy troops are all Fusiliers, which we've seen from previous battles are not very strong units, so... We do know that we don't have to worry about that. We do have to worry about the fact that our cav are inherently going to be weaker than the enemy cav just due to the fact that my guys have been wounded. It does look like they're actually going to be starting... They're not going to go for this left flank here except for that cav unit, which is interesting to note, which means that this flank is going to be the most hard-pressed. So we'll need to adjust accordingly. Which means even if I did have my cannons here, they wouldn't be useful. Let's just get this on play now. There's nothing going to be starting to get close enough for us to be able to fire at them. Alright, what this mean we can do is kill them. We're going to start making use of the fact that they're all entirely focused on one flank to start moving up our own troops in response to their movements. Let me and my cav start moving over here.
Sir, our general is under attack.
I know he's under attack. I ordered him to attack. What are you guys doing? Looks like the enemy cav are starting to try and charge our own men. Let's get involved here then. Keep up the charge. These guys are doing a good job so far. Let's keep pushing. Bringing up our left flank into this to squish upon their side over here. What's going? How's it looking over here? Looks like we're pushing in on them. Let me turn my militia over to combat this now. Charge them, boys! Charge them! Apparently my general's over there, which I was not expecting. Get involved in that melee, boys. Show them who's boss. Easy victory right there. You make use of those sweet, sweet bayonets. That's what I say. That one's already been routed. Says with that we're winning right now. So long as Napoleon doesn't die, we definitely have this battle won. Charge them, boys! Charge them! Get that rear charge off. Horses still look like they hit like a wet noodle, but hey, it still worked out nicely. I say they look like it, but that's not that they actually do, though.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Alright, we won the battle. We probably didn't lose too many guys. I think most of what we lost was our cav, I think. We lost 155 men there. Definitely not that was definitely not an easy situation for Napoleon. I'm not too surprised that they're still rioting over here in Holland, considering they really don't like my military occupation of their city. I mean, it's understandable. But I still have to kill them all, so. See, I want to start recruiting some more troops. Grenadiers are pretty dang strong in their lead infantry, but how expensive are you? Pretty expensive to maintain, but you would make the army a bit stronger just by existing. Over your light infantry, I think I'd rather get one of these guys. I'm already getting one of those. I already have most of those, so that means I get more of these. Okay. Hopefully recruiting a few extra troops will allow us to better hold the settlement in the long run. Apparently I can now start recruiting offensibles, but those guys are weak. Imagine a conscript is definitely a lot more desirable. See, I don't think there's anything I can really do right now unless I wanted to recruit more troops, but I don't really want to do that right now if I can help it. Apparently I can now trade with Portugal. Perfect. The trade agreement's always nice. Yeah, fortunately, 2 of our colleges are currently damaged and you know, still being repaired. Rude people, indeed. This army's going to basically be stuck in Holland for a little while until it comes down. Okay, it's in turn. See that there's an enemy navy right outside one of our areas. It's a bit of a concern, but oh well. Looks like the rebels are once again attacking us. Oh, damn, man. They do have quite the overwhelming cav advantage, too. We will need to fight this out. We can't allow our troops to be too hampered down by... If Fusiliers are all light infantry, which is why they're probably super weak to cav charges. Yep. But yeah, hopefully when we destroy these armies, it will make it so we're done with rebels for a while, because it is quite inconvenient. But you know, it has to be done. It's all part of the process of conquering the world. Milan will probably be pretty similar. Like probably everywhere will probably be pretty similar. That's not, especially if they're Protestant. But I think this way it was Catholic, but it looks like every like major region will kind of be this way. I wonder, could I just like fall back to here and force them to walk to me? It feels like something I should do, because why not? And I'm going to start modifying exactly where I want them to be, of course. Based on this idea that I have. Especially make use of these this tree line's gonna be perfect. Because the trees will make it harder for the enemy to fire at me, and also, I think also it should affect cavalry unless it's different modifiers in Napoleon than some of the later games. So I could have somebody in that building, but I'm also kind of worried about the building could be blown up in front of them, if you remember. That's happened before. And make use of these guys a little bit to try and add some to basically lessen the potential of the enemy to charge against us. Is this an area where I can block off? Oh no, this is the end of my deployments over here. So then I'm going to fall back after that with those guys to hold a better position. Might as well do the same thing with these guys. Make it so the enemy cav is not going to be as effective as before. Napoleon survived the last battle, which is good. I'm going to keep him way back here. I'm going to unliver my cannons. Don't like the idea of restricting them so much, even if it defends them a little bit. I think that'll be good. Cav over there, cav over here. Cannons. Let's see. I mean, I think it covers most of the battlefield. I think it'll be fine. For this battle, at least. I'm going to start following these guys back now to a better defensive position. If it's not necessarily a better defensive position, I can at least follow them back to somewhere where I think they'll be safer. But I'm actually going to move these guys all the way over here. I'm going to run them because they're a little bit out of position. And I'm going to start to just speed up the battle, considering it'll probably take a little while for the enemy to actually reach me. See, the range of the cannons are the whole map, so they will basically take a little bit of time before they can start firing at the enemy. Definitely want to focus fire on their cav where possible, and any big infantry groups that, you know, for example, like this 30-51's not the end. It's not going to be a giant threat. The interesting thing is they're light infantry, but they still actually move like line infantry, so I guess they're not the skirmisher kind of thing, I guess. Perfect. That looked like it took out a couple of them. Never mind, they apparently just got like knocked down by a cannonball. I don't think that's usually how it works, but you do you, game. You do you. Oh no, that's the outside of my barrier. No, never mind. They're not outside of it. Cannon got a couple of them there. Making good use of our cannons will definitely be very good for us. I don't think the cannons are actually... I think they still have to move around the cannons to actually get to us. So we will make use of that advantage. Yeah, we don't want to run them anymore since we don't have to. Looks like the cannon's accuracy is not quite good enough to hit these cavalry walking around strutting their stuff like they own the place. Rude. Yeah, I'm barely missing them. Oh, now we just got a couple of them. Perfect. Only a couple of them, though. We'll change targets to this one, see if it has better accuracy there. That was what we call a range testing shot, whatever you call it. You know, try to tell the other cannons how far away they are. So were those. So were those. Hey, we got one of them apparently in that last volley. I thought we missed them completely. See, they're practicing the range, the distance, and all that jazz, you know. See, now that now went from 1 to 4 dead. Well, 4 more dead, I should say. 5 total. Alright, let's speed it up. Man, this is making the enemy completely walk towards us. So let's see, I'm going to start firing over here now. Infantry seem like they'll be easier. The bannerman, though, he still stands tall as cannon fire is raining from above. He, the bannerman. Wait, is the bannerman still alive? No. He is a worthy adversary who's finally died. We need to make it so we kill these guys bannermen too. Alright, what's the situation now? It does appear that the enemy is setting their own cav over here, but none of them are over here. So I'm going to start ordering these guys around. These guys aren't going to be needed over here, so I'm going to start migrating them over. And if it turns out that they're going to, in fact, completely ignore my left flank, I'll just do what I did before. I'll just abandon my left flank positions and just start in turn flanking them. Yeah, the enemy's definitely chosen to bypass our position. So I'm gonna start moving these guys over here now. We need to run these guys here though, since our troops are not the best position. We are firing at them the whole time, men. On the bright side, artillery is still positioned in such a way that he's at least being somewhat effective. Start investing my cav over here to just wipe the floor at these fusiliers. Because I don't quite know why the AI thinks this was a good idea, but I'm going to teach them the error of their ways. And then since looks like this battle's essentially been decided where it is, I'm going to start moving my guys up to punish the enemy's choice of deployment. These guys are foolish to stand in front of my cannons as they fire. Thankfully they got lucky not being hit. Gonna advance these guys up here to assist my cav as they hold this flank. It looks like their entire infantry line has been essentially defeated. I'm gonna follow these guys back because I see the enemy's cav is now starting to get invested in the fight. Napoleon is gonna need to be brought over here too to help deal with that. Maybe we can just follow these guys back. Put this guy into a square formation. Just in case I forget what was going on over here. That'll keep him secure from a cav charge, at least. Last little bit of Fusiliers are still up and running. Where's that cav I was keeping an eye on? Well, it looks like it was over here. Let's assist our friend over here with a nice little bayonet charge. I'm super glad now we can hear the battle. Before we couldn't really hear much of anything in the last couple parts. I don't know, I didn't change anything. It just magically started working. And boom, enemy is defeated. This militia's definitely doing a good job holding its position. Well, they just charged straight through that spike line and got slaughtered. They did not see that at all. Jesus, that was deadly. So that means the only thing left on the enemy side to deal with is going to be their cannons. It looks like they have no cav left to defend it, so we're just going to bomb rush it. You know, we're steadily winning this fight over here. I don't think we need to push it too hard. I can move these guys up here just to do some little bit of harassment. Good old-fashioned harassment. Last thing stand. These guys are basically on each other's maximum range. There we go. Broken. You pick that one. You pick that one. And you go over here. Charge them, boys. Charge them.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Just slaughters them all. Let's just chase this general. Show him the error of his ways. Nobody should be allowed to take up arms against France. Apparently, I got an achievement: the Tireless Watchman Brooch, whatever that is. Only lost 109 men in that battle. Currently, the Tireless is... I thought I already played that. Got that, though. That's weird. Now we're being attacked once again. Jesus. We could just auto-resolve this, I guess. Lost a little bit more than it probably would have if I had fought it, but oh well. Port blockaded. Rebellion in Holland. I'm actually not surprised about that part, but... That should be an easy rebellion to put down, though, considering the fact that I have a bigger army than they do. How is there an army from Holland, rebel army in Holland, but it's somehow for some reason in the Netherlands? That's just lying. It's blockaded the port, but I can't take the port because I have these guys right here. I didn't mean to send both of them there, though. I'll send this guy over here. I'll send this guy elsewhere. So I'll send this guy here. Please, Mark, I could upgrade it to a magistrate to make some money and more money out of, which is nice. I like that idea. I wish I could upgrade Württemberg, but I don't quite have a drill school yet. Oh, it's almost fixed. Which one? Where is it? There. We recruited the new troops, but we still need to recruit another one, considering that we now lost another unit of infantry here. But on the bright side, there's only a very small thing left of the cavalry. But the enemy cavalry left it alive. See, I'm thinking of... See, now I no longer need this big garrison here. I could probably use this elsewhere now. Use this to assist Holland even, actually, now that I think about it. So I'm going to attack this Dutch revolutionaries over here with my army. This shouldn't be a hard fight, but it will be a fight all the same. What time is it? There, we still have plenty of time in this episode. So let's attack! Jules Cortland. I don't usually check my phone, but I'm going to make sure. Last time I ignored a message from my phone. It ended up being a message that my girlfriend was coming home early because her class got canceled. But it was not her this time, so unless the notifications are acting up. So we're going to be attacking the rebel army. We need to try to find a position for our cannons to fire as effectively without moving as possible. Apparently we're attacking them in the rain. Not usually the ideal situation. Let's see, if I look down the ground. So this is all light, so they have a lot of cav. They have line infantry instead of fusiliers. These guys are instantly more effective than the Germans. German revolutionaries. So they have line infantry. So it's basically going to be...
Wet powder makes misfires a certainty.
Well, why did you choose to attack in the rain, then? So it looks like we might be splitting up our troops a little bit. One to the right and one to the left. Because this bluff here will block us off. However, if I can get my cannons up here, that would give them a commanding position of the battlefield for the whole fight. So I won't be able to take it immediately at the start, but hey, I can get it eventually. So you put them right here, and then make use of the guard infantry to be their flank, because I'd rather that way you know, something that calls themselves elite. No, these are my militia battalions, but I guess I have my militia battalions be on the flank then. I'd actually rather have these guys be on the flank if I'm being honest. There, right? A little bit up, though. A little bit more up. There we go. And then take the militia, and I'm just going to take, I think it's these two are the militia. And I'll bring them over here. Make use of the rest of the infantry. Actually, that's not the rest of the infantry, is it? Basically occupy the other side here. So this is one group here. I want to take the remaining two groups of infantry. I'm going to bring them over here on this flank, because this flank will need someone to assist them. Especially on the flanks here. So I'm going to take this one over here. This is a line infantry. It's a guard unit. This is militia. I'm going to have this guy be in the center here, and basically they're going to follow my other militia up, and then but they're going to take the middle position when they get the opportunity to. Yeah, this flank's going to be pretty strong, so I'm hopeful for this one to be able to actually just flank, to eventually take the flank of the enemy. Where's the borderline? It's up here. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's interesting to know. Okay. So if I wanted to, I could actually deploy all the way up here on one flank, which would actually be kind of interesting to do. Maybe I'll do that with these guard units. And then have the rest of them catch up. That sounds like an interesting idea. I have to be careful with my cav, because there's not a lot of cav in this in my army, but there's a lot of cav in the enemy army. Perfect. I can in fact take this nice commanding position up here to make use of my cannons the whole battle. Why are you not doing what I need you to do? Stop being weird. There. That'll do, I guess. It's not quite the way I wanted it, but that's what the game wants, apparently. Looks like the enemy is changing up where their lines are to try and match us. So I'm actually going to run up here real fast, bring this flanking force around here as well. I'm with a general. Some more guys are going to be awkwardly moved, but that's fine. So now, considering the new enemy movements, I want my cannons facing this way. Let's pause. We now need to wait for a, we now need to wait for our left flank to catch up, essentially. Once the cannons are in position, we can underlimber them. Apparently one unit is supposed to be over here that's not here. I don't even know where he is. It must be this one there. Unlimber now. It would seem that some of the enemy is in position to attack us. Oh, it looks like a mass cav charge on the left flank is being repelled right now by our elite guard troops. Perfect for them to do so. They consider the combat to be losing, but I'm going to send in my general to assist in this battle. Maybe help drive them off.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
I know he's under attack. I ordered him to attack. I'm going to pull my guys back, my general back now. Let's see, what's the situation over here now, lads? It looks like the enemy's trying to advance upon our right flank, and they're doing pretty effective, doing a pretty good job of it. We're going to start bringing in now our left flank against the enemy. What the? Apparently this thing doesn't... Apparently we cannot stand on whatever this is, so... Start bringing these guys into position. Oops, except my general. We get these guys running to get to where I need them to go to assist our troops on this flank. Taking out the enemy's cannons is a very good thing to do, so I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to turn my right flank a little bit in towards their center, start getting a nice flank off against them. Make them like that. I'm gonna fall back that militia unit because it's not in the best position now as the enemy's reforming their lines. Try to check out the enemy cav, get rid of their advantage as much as possible. Run, boys, you're being fired at. Here we go. They're winded now because of all the running they've had to do, but now they're in position to fire effectively into the enemy. And now their right flank is collapsing, so we should be able to keep. Now we can start adding this guy into our encircling unit. I can see the enemy slowly getting pushed in now. Can I potentially... I'd like to reorder this line now to be a bit more effective. I'm gonna pull my hussars back now. Just start moving these guys up. Another situation was curving our line to try and match the enemy. It looks like they're sending their light dragoons back here against my men, which is probably not their best move, but maybe it's their only move. I guess if it is their only move, it is technically their best move at the same time, but... yeah, their guys are effectively getting surrounded by my superior troops. They're now getting fired up on basically by on all sides. Especially once these guys get into their new positions. This one's the only one that's kind of a little awkward, so I'm going to move fix it now. Guys up now. Let me take these ones here. They're trying to push past me. Interesting choice. I'll move my guys up to counter that. I'm going to get these guys positioned to get better firing position against these guys right here. Actually, I could probably just charge at them, honestly. They've been effectively surrounded. These guys have actually taken a square formation because they're being attacked from behind and from the front. That's how dire the situation is for them. Imagine being so poorly led, but that would be a good choice. They're trying to turn my flank here, so I'm going to adjust here. The A's doing lots of running around, but not too much in terms of actually being effective, I think. Alright, now as things stand, it's time for this front line to push up. Basically time for our net to finish.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I can imagine if it's not a victory, I don't know what to do. I might have to fire my general. That being me. The entire enemy is now broken, it looks like, except for apparently something that's still running around somewhere. There we go. A heroic victory. Wow. Oh, we lost 300 troops, and they lost basically 6 times that amount of troops. We might lose Holland. I'm going to plop in a garrison of 4 troops here just to try and assist maybe any armed citizenry that I'll have there. It won't be the strongest force, especially because they, I think, are pretty just basic more militia units. But it will at least buy us some time to hopefully at least weaken the enemy and allow me to simply... What is that sound? That's kind of weird. Let's auto-resolve that at that point. What is this sound? This is strange. Let me... So it's definitely the game. Apparently I broke it. Sounds like it's been fixed now. Alright, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Yeah, it looks like the enemy's attacking a weakened Holland. Unfortunately, this garrison's definitely not going to be strong enough to hold it, but we'll at least fight it out because... What time is it? We can at least fight it out. We'll lose, but we'll fight it out and hope in the hopes that it will weaken them enough for me to retake it with ease with my army. They'll probably reset a lot of progress that I made in terms of rebuilding it. Really, I can't defend in the city. Did I choose the sally out option? If I did, I'm an idiot. And if I didn't choose the sally out option, where is the city I'm supposed to be defending? We're gonna make use of the forest to try and basically provide us some cover, make it so it's harder for the enemy cav to get an advantage on us. We are outnumbered, so we'll have to expect a flank on the enemy's part from the enemy.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Only to be expected. We only have 4 troops, not a very big general. Hold the line, man. Hold the line. Enemy's trying to turn our flanks. And they're kind of succeeding, if we're being honest. It's hard to tell the exact situations going on here, but we're trading now with the enemy line infantry. Of these Dutch revolutionaries. However, the 4th is helping us, I think. It's hard to tell. I guess it's now just a knockdown drag out fight for pew-pewing until one of us is dead, essentially.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, it looks like we got charged in the flank by the dragoons, and the force did not help at all. Even though,
All
like,
hope is lost, sir. This
the battle is over. Yep. The militia did not have very strong morale, so the enemy cav was able to just charge in and wipe the floor with it. Unfortunate, but that's what happened. Obnoxious, but I'll finish you off real fast. Enemy army withdraws. New nation. The Netherlands is back, but we'll retake it momentarily. Technology advances. Heidelberg is back. We can now get mass mobilization, which allows us to get a drill school to reduce the recruitment cost of units and enables the inspire units ability. But yeah, it looks like all the rebels in Württemberg have been dealt with, and the peoples are now becoming happy again. This should also make it so there's less war. I mean, that should reduce the amount of strikes going on. It also does go to show that Cleve's is very open to being attacked, all things considered. I can't afford to upgrade anything else. I think let's see. Let's check our government real fast. Policies, ministers. Okay, man. Let me try firing you again and see if I can get a new guy. You're not better than the other guy. You're just as bad. Apparently, I cannot get any better justices. Oh well. Oh, yep, Hanover is now about to be attacked by Brandenburg. I kind of expected this to happen. No, I do not surrender. No, I'm gonna kill you and take back my land of Holland, you fools. This is your upstart rebel army. This means I'm gonna just let you guys live. Some people. Courage is a leader now. Okay, the army in Hanover is a very small army, while the enemy's is pretty big. Hanover's probably lost, which means I should start recruiting an army somewhere else. Hopefully somewhere better. Let's see. Looks like basically the best place to start recruiting stuff is near Alsace-Lorraine. Actually, not really. I can't recruit any good troops there. I can recruit good cannons, but not good infantry. And that's what I need if I'm going to take that unit, that lot area. French Department Regiment. Okay, I don't really think we can afford a full-on army, though. But we can at least start getting some better troops in. And maybe trying to combine some of these guys into an actual army. Like, for example, I get these guys over here, where I'm recruiting those new troops. Get one of these guys there. Send this guy here. I'm gonna trade it with this guy and send him over here because he'd be a better unit to defend. And honestly, that guy's an actual line infantry unit, so I'm kind of surprised that's over there. Okay. So we're gonna have to end turn here. Oh my gosh, it's 54 minutes in. I didn't even realize how long it's been. Alright guys, we're gonna have to end the episode here. I'm gonna actually try and cause some problems for Hanover. We're probably gonna lose this battle pretty effectively, just like we did the other one. But they're fighting Hanover. I'll stick it to the enemy. So, that's gonna be in the episode here, guys. Take care. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe to see more of my content. Comment down below. Take care.